Would you like to drink dirt, dust bunnies, and billions of germs? Go right ahead and play beer pong. Beer pong is the most unsanitary drinking game amongst mankind. Playing beer pong has enough diseases and possible sicknesses to make a sewage worker cringe. Beer pong is the worst of decisions, just like jumping onto a table and breaking it in your mother's house. If you have not played beer pong, here is some background information. This is a normal game of beer pong played with 4 people, 2 people per team. The objective is to eliminate the other team's cups before they eliminate yours. Beer pong is played by lining up several cups of beer on a table. Competitors then try to toss a ping pong into the cups. The team that gets a ball in every cup first wins. The losers are forced to drink. Forced to drink germs. How many germs are in these cups? Billions. In each of these cups there is traces of salmonella, E. coli, hepatitis, and many more. Beer pong is the most unsanitary drinking game because of the germs on the people's hands, saliva swapping, germs on the floor, and the alcohol in the beer not being able to kill any of the germs. Now let's watch these players practice the unsanitary way of playing beer pong. These are examples of some cups that have been played with. These cups are disgusting.
These cups were used to play over 20 games. I would not recommend drinking a sip out of these cups. By looking at the cups, you see debris that the ping pong ball has picked up and found its way into the cups. With the naked eye, we only can see the dust bunnies and animal hairs, but we cannot see the billions of germs that are in these cups. The water cup is supposed to clean the ball. How can that be if the water cup is the dirtiest cup of them all?
Have you ever played beer pong?
Yes.
When was the first time you played beer pong?
About 16.
What is your favorite part about playing?
Winning.
Do you ever win though?
I'm a dynasty.
Okay. Do you think you could get sick playing beer pong?
Probably.
If I told you it was possible to catch the swine flu or mono by playing, would you ever play beer pong again?
Probably not.
You see you're doing? You are throwing a ping pong that has now hit the floor into a cup that Greta is going to drink. Greta,
someone's got to wake Greta. But this is going to be Gretchen. Gretchen, don't drink that.
Why?
Because the whole segment says we should not drink that because I have bacteria on my ball.
Exactly.
The key is the fact that we're talking about viruses that kids can pick up by handling the ball, by throwing it from cup to cup, and suddenly next thing you know you got mono, or worse,
the flu,
herpes,
the flu, colds, mono, because what happens is they're sharing cups. As soon as the ball gets into the cup, they get tossed to the side, but then it's reused. So the next kid is going to be drinking out of the same cup, and you're spit swapping.
Right, but we did that with quarters, and I survived.
Well, you did survive, because none of these are going to
and
kill
you survived, too, because you told me you played quarters just to be
That is true. That is true. But, mono is an illness that can get you out of school for weeks to months because you're exhausted.
Kissing disease.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be missing class. So I have a few tips.
Did I get your dress?
Yep.
you got tips.
I got some tips. If you're going on spring break and you're playing beer pong, do not reuse cups. Do not share cups.
Right.
And that little ball right there,
right.
A lot of kids will just dip it into the same water cup over and over.
Right.
So all the dust bunnies just settle into this dust bunny slush.
So if you're going to play beer pong, what you're suggesting is maybe you have another clean glass off camera or off to the table and just drink out of that glass, your own glass. Don't share a glass with anybody.
That's right.
The other thing is, or you can study.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a chance of doing that, too.
Well, you outsmart your opponent.
All right, one more toss each one. Brian got it in. Gretch, this is your final toss. One more.
Brian
Gretch.
caught like 7 of mine.
All right.
And ruined my dress.
Dr. Carrie Peterson, we thank you very much.
Thank you.
There you go. She got you.
A couple of years ago, 2 biology students at George Washington University decided to conduct an experiment to determine how unsanitary the game of beer pong could potentially be. They started with brand new balls to avoid errors in their findings. After they played a 3-hour game, they took bacteria samples. They found bacteria from E. coli, pneumonia, and salmonella families in every test tube. And these were the results, even when the participants changed the water frequently throughout the night. If one night there are 20 games played among 6 different teams, then that means 12 sets of hands will touch the ping pong balls. Each time the ball is touched by a hand, more germs get on the ball. If a person with the flu touches the ball, then it is very likely that everyone who comes in contact by touching the ball, touching objects the ball touched, or drinking the beer the ball was in, could contract the flu as well. Playing beer pong is the most unsanitary drinking game because all the hand germs that are transfused throughout the game. Contracting herpes and mono have similarities of how you contract them. Both diseases are transferred through saliva and open sores. If a person who has one of these diseases play beer pong with you, you are at a higher risk to contract one of these diseases. Through 20 games, that disinfected person who has mono drinks 1/4 of the cups. By the end of the night, all the cups will have signs of the monobacteria. One person would drink the infected cup and transfer the disease to another cup, and that next person that drinks that cup would transfer the bacteria to another cup. Therefore, this would eventually have everyone at the party infected, and everyone would be sick with mono due to them playing beer pong, the most unsanitary drink game ever, because all of the germs from saliva swapping. In a recent study, you would be surprised of how much the ball is not actually made into the cup. The ball makes
More contact with the floor and people's hands. This might be a sign of poor beer pong skills, but in this study, there were 20 games played. On average, the ball hit the ground 33 times per game. The germs that are present on the ground are transferred to the ball each time the ball is on the ground. What is on the ground besides dust bunnies and animal hairs? There are traces of salmonella and E. coli on the floors, and these diseases could potentially put you in the hospital. Playing a fun game of beer pong could make you have the worst week or month of your life. All the floor germs that are present in the beer pong is another reason beer pong is the most unsanitary drinking game ever. Germs are a fact of life. People employ the 5-second rule when it comes to a tasty morsel of food that has landed on the ground. Simply pick up the food, give it a dusting, and down the hatch it goes. This might be like the myth that alcohol and beer kills the germs associated with beer pong. Beer pong, a popular game among college students, is played across the country. The myth that alcohol content in the beer will kill anything is a common misconception. Students Aaron Hefner and Ben Morrissey, both of George Washington University, conducted experiments to bust this myth. The same percentages of germs were present in water and beer cups, the same, meaning that no germs was affected by the alcohol. Most people don't go around picking up dirty things off the floor and plopping them into their cans of soda or glass of milk, but on many nights college students do just that. They pick up beer pong balls from the floor and throw them into each other's cups of beer. When it comes to a night of fun and working out the stress, college students participate in activities that are harmful to all involved. The idea that beer will kill any germs that resides in the next cup of beer is just a myth. Beer contains a reduced alcohol content that is ineffective when combating germs.
A college in New York, Harley.
Have you ever played beer pong?
Yes, I have.
When was the first time you played beer pong?
Probably 16.
Have you ever gotten sick playing beer pong?
I think I have gotten sick.
Explain a little further.
Like, if somebody got I caught a cold, a real bad cold, like the flu or something like that before, because the person I was playing with, my partner, was sick.
If I told you it's possible to catch the swine flu, mono, by playing beer pong, would you keep on playing?
Yeah, I would just be a lot safer about it.
How?
Just have a drink in your hand and instead of drinking out of the cup every time a ball goes in the cup.
So you have thought about the germs present in the beer cups?
Yeah, it's pretty gross if you think about it.
I had.
In conclusion to the argument that beer pong is the most unsanitary drinking game ever, it is not necessary to never play it again, or play the game
Wearing a full radiation suit. To solve the unsanitary practices of playing beer pong, it is very simple. Align all the cups the same way in the triangle pattern, and pour water in all the cups. Do not waste your favorite alcoholic beverage. Once you begin playing, grab your favorite beverage in your favorite koozie. When your opponents mix it into the cup, then you should grab your own personal drink cup. If you're the only person to drink out of your cup, your only problem of the night is to win, and not make any other bad decisions like when you used to play the unsanitary way of playing beer pong.